Let's see how we can add the borehole data to our project. So we have one borehole in our study area, and most of the time the data for the boreholes are provided in separate files. One file gives you the coordinates, okay, the location of the well, the top and the bottom of the well. We're gonna discuss about the Kelly bushing, but let's say this is the elevation of the rotary table above the sea level, right? And the end depth indeed is below the sea level. One file represents the coordinates as you see here. The second file normally gives you the deviation. Sometimes it has some information, but it's just the extra information you have, and if you scroll down somewhere it has to mention that the depths and deviation. And for this particular example, you see the depths at the 0 depth deviation is 0, and at the depth of 11,208 feet, okay, deviation is 0. This means this borehole, okay, this well that we're gonna add here has no deviation. I'm not quite sure this data is it in meter or feet, so you can go through the information, right? As you see here, this data it's provided in feet. All right, so we know our borehole has no deviation. The next file we have the formation tops. So you have the well name in one column. All right, you have the MD, which stands for measured depths, in another column, and you have the surface or the formation tops. All right, and these data are separated by tab. The next one indeed is the well logs. So this one it's a little bit complicated because there are sometimes really huge files, but this one is not that big. But what we can learn from this, okay, the first part it's actually header of the file, right? It's given what kind of data, when it's recorded, right? It gives you some information, and it's about the units for each column. And if you go to the last section, we are not going to get into the details, but as we discussed yesterday, we might look at the gamma ray because this is a good indicator when you are moving from the reservoir into the seal. Right? Let's close this. So we discussed about these 4 different data set that you need for adding a well with the logs. All right, so let's see how we can do it. First of all, I need to add the borehole location, right? Let's open this one. So we need this. Let's place it somewhere here, and I'm gonna go to under home tab. All right, you go to object and you add a new well. I'm gonna put the name well 2, and I know the X is this number. All right, Y is this number. Okay, KB it's given 28.04. all right, and specify vertical trace. If it's off, you just switch it on and place this end depths here. So you need to get rid of these negative here. All right, just get rid of that and then click OK. Now a new folder, okay, it's added into input box. Open that one up and you see the well 2 is here, and just click on that. Okay, check that one. So you see this is grayed out and nothing appeared here. That's because the window right now is set to the time domain, right? You see this TWT, this is the time domain, and you can open up this one and turn it to TVD, which stands for true vertical depths. All right. If you show that one, let's get this one off. If you go to the true vertical depths, it's going to show you the borehole data, and of course the borehole data is provided in depths domain. There's another option which says any, and this is going to show you both of it at the same time. All right, but it doesn't mean they are corresponding to the right location. This is just a combined environment, time and depths, and it just put the zeros on top of each other, and then gets to the depths with different values. So the value now for seismic data, it's gonna be in time, all right, and the value for the borehole, it's gonna be in depths. So normally we don't really look at to this window. Okay, we're gonna either look at to TWT or TVD, and in the next video I will show you how you can convert this borehole data into the time domain. All right, double click on the wells, and under path you should be able to change the thickness of the line, or the well trace. You can change this one to like 20 if you want. Just I'm showing what you can do. And then go to symbols. It says the font size is 75 because it's 3D. If you turn it to the 2D, that's gonna get larger. All right, keep as it is, click OK, and next let's see how we can deal with the deviation. So since we don't have any deviation, I'm not gonna go through that, but we have an option here. I can right click in the white area here, okay, in the white zone here, import file, and one of the options here I have, it's a well path deviation, right? If I select this and I choose the well deviation, all right, and then open it, it's going to open a new dialog box, and you can click next, and it's going to apply the deviation on that. Since the deviation is 0, we can exclude this. Let's add the well tops. To go to the folder, new well tops, okay, and under well tops, okay, these are the folders, okay, relevant folders are empty. You just select the well tops, right click, and say import. The data type, it's gonna automatically set for the well tops. All right, it's only one option. Otherwise, if you don't do that, if you just select somewhere here and say import file, then still you're gonna see this, but you're gonna see the rest of the formats as well. For being away from any mistake, just select the well top one and say import. Right now I have only one type, and I need to add a well formation tops. All right, click formation tops, click open. Right now whatever you see here, just delete. I have 3, but you may have like 5 or 10 or I don't know, 15. Just get rid of them. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at the lower box and see how many columns we have in our own data. Here one column is well name, the second column is measured depths, and the third one is surface. So you need to create 3 columns, and you should match with this information. The first column, the attribute is well name. Just go through it and find the well or well name. Yeah, we have the well here. The second column is measured depths. Choose MD, and the third one is surface, right? So if we have more information here in the file, we can create more columns and match it with the data, and software can actually get those information into account. In the next panel here, this number is important, number of header lines, okay, which you need to look at to this box. So as you see, the numerical data starts line 2, but line 1 has no numerical data, it's just information, right? I'm gonna exclude the line 1 because it just gives me the information. And then I'm gonna click OK. Let's click on well top 1. Alright, you see the small dots added here. I'm gonna increase the size and you see what we got here. Double click on the well tops, and then in this box change the size to a little bit large number. Okay, I see the dots. Okay, I see the top of the formations, and here it says the number annotations. So this is it's not set for 2D. If you set that one for 2D, it's gonna be larger, and I'm gonna go choose maybe 12. All right, the data here actually are numbers. They are not random numbers. They are actually the depths of the formation tops, but this is useless for me right now, right? Because I can actually add the axes and I can read the depths. So rather than having this number, I would like to have the formation names here. For doing that, you need to go to under attribute and choose the surface. So right now we can see the formation tops along the borehole trace. So let's keep this one at this size. Let's see next what we have. The fourth one, indeed, it was the log, right? Log data. So I'm gonna right click here and say import, and I'm gonna choose the well logs, right? You see there's a well log, and you're gonna, these are 3 different types, and you should choose the well logs last. Okay, choose the last, and then choose the well log and click open. And here there's a dialog box because the software needs to know this file that you are adding should be connected to which well, right? Right now we have only well 1, but that might be more than 1. In that case, you should match as well. So here I'm gonna choose match with the file name. So the file name was well 2 logs, right? And I want to attach this one to the well trace 2, right? If you have many of them, you can open like tens of these logs, and you can actually match it one by one, which logs goes to which borehole. And then if you are done with that, click OK in the new dialog box. All right, it just gives you what kind of data it's going to be added and so on. Just click OK for all, and then that data now it should be here under wells. So under global well logs, if you open up that one, so you're gonna see all the logs that you had here, right? We are just going to use gamma ray. Let's place that one there, and if I zoom into the well, okay, you're gonna see the well logs here, right? The data is here. So let's see, where is the formation top that we are interested for the reservoir. So we are looking for the ecofisk. All right, let me get rid of the borehole wells. All right, so you see the gamma ray, it's quite low and then increases, okay, suddenly. Here, this is the depths that the reservoir rock meets the seal, right? So you can put the wells there. You see these dots are big now at this point, so I'm gonna reduce that to 10, and you're gonna see maybe a little bit large. Let's put it at 15. All right, you see the ecofisk. Okay, you see ecofisk exactly, it's sitting where the gamma ray is ramping to the larger numbers. All right, so that is how we add the log data. Let's see. All right, I think we are done with adding all the borehole data, right? So we have the seismics as well, and we are looking to any, because I cannot at this moment, I cannot see both of them in the right location, because one is in the depth domain and the other one is in time domain. All right, so in the next video we're gonna learn how we can convert one to the other, but for now let's put it on any, that we can see both.